Namaskar. I'm Dr. Sonali Naik. Today we are going to read the 11th chapter from Gajanan Vijay Grantha. Before that, let us do a meditation. Take a deep breath. Focus your attention between your two eyebrows. See in your mind's eye. You are sitting at a very peaceful and a beautiful place. It is a seashore. You can hear the beautiful music of the waves. A cool breeze is blowing. You are filled with peace and happiness. You are meditating upon Lord Rama. Lord Rama is standing in front of you. You bow to him. He gives you his blessings that may you remain healthy and happy throughout your life. The protective cover of his blessing stays with you all throughout your life. Within this protective cover, you are forever guarded, forever loved, forever guided, forever prospered. Because of this, your life is filled with happiness and peace. Give thanks. Slowly open your eyes. Jai Gajanan. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. O God Shiva, sustainer of the cosmos, Pashupati, consort of goddess Bhavani, Dakshinamurti. You are the God with as many facets as there are people in the creation. You are formless and omnipresent and the manifestation of an illusion. It is impossible to distinguish your nature, so you appear in countless figures. Devotees call you as per their preference, but it makes no difference. Shaivas call you Shiva, Vedantis call you Brahma, Ramanujas Sitapati, and Vaishnavas Lakshmipati. Various methods of worship bestowed you these names, but everywhere you remain the same. You are the Vishweshwar in Somnath, Kedar in Himalaya, Mahakal in the banks of river Kshipra, Nagnath Vaijnath at Veru, Grishneshwar and Trambak on the bank of Godavari river. You are Brahma, Shankar, Mallikarjun and Rameshwar. You are Shankar at Gokarna, Mahadeva at Shingnapur. I bow down to you, all your forms. O benevolent God, please liberate me from the tough elements of nature. O consort of Girija, you made Kubera wealthy. Then why this hesitation for me? Next year on Dasnami day, the saint came to the Balapur once again. Balakrishna and Suklal, the devotees were waiting for him there. Say Maharaj was accompanied by Bhaskar, Balabhav, Pitambar, Ganu, Jagdev and Dindokar. The celebrations were enthusiastic, but fate had something in store for Bhaskar. A rabid dog bit him at the gathering. People were afraid he would soon turn rabid. All possible treatments were given to him. They all suggested that Bhaskar should go and see a doctor. Bhaskar was disinclined and replied that the saint would save him from disaster. When Bhaskar was brought to the saint, Bharabhav narrated the entire incident. Maharaj heard it all and smiled and said, none can escape the effects of murder, enmity, and deaths. Bhaskar removed the evil from Suklal's cow. That evil has entered in the dog now. He requested me to remove the wickedness so that he gets the milk for himself. You enjoyed the milk. Now you feel sorry for the bite. Do you want me to save you? Come on, be frank with it. This dog bite is an excuse to end your life. It is over and you have to leave this mundane strife. I can save you if you want to live longer, but that will be a sort of give and take affair. In this elusive world, this is the way they score. Be quick, tell me. You won't get this chance again. Said Bhaskar, I am your child. Do whatever you think best for me. Saint Tukaram, in one of his abhangs, said that a mother knows everything as to what is best for her offspring. Therefore, it is not for me to request. Please do whatever you think is best. You are an ocean of knowledge. Truth always satisfies people who are candid. Maharaj was happy as Bhaskar's reply was forthright. Some devotees requested the saint to save Bhaskar as he was one of his most dedicated disciples of the seer. The saint said, "O you gentlemen, curb your ignorance. Know that life and death are delusions. No one is born and no one dies. Knowledge is essential to understand this illusion. One cannot be released from this life without suffering from the deeds of the past. Deeds of the past bring you to the present, and again of the present take you to the next. And so on and on the cycle goes on. How long should one continue in this procession? Bhaskar has exhausted the effects of past life and is now due for liberation. Do not come in his way, let him go. It is difficult to get a devotee like him, I know. This dog was his enemy in his previous birth. It has bitten him in Barapur in this term. The revenge is over, but if this leaves bitterness in Bhaskar, it will prompt him to retaliate. This will take him to the next birth again. As of today, Bhaskar is cleansed of his past misconduct. He is left with 2 months of his life. I can save him from the effects of the dog bite. If it won't be this way, he will have to come once more and live on this earth for 2 more months further. Some people did not grasp the values of this statement, but Barabu could comprehend it and was happy. He praised Bhaskar for his devotion to the saint, thereby freeing him from the cycle of life and death. When they returned to Shega Monastery, Bhaskar told others the story of the happenings at Barapur on Dasnam. With folded hands, he appealed to the gentry. Shega is fortunate to have Sri Gajanan saying, let us honor him. His being here with a monument. We are aware that he doesn't need one, but it is essential for the next generation. They have memorials for Saint Gnaneshwar at Arandi, at Sajjangarh for Sri Ramdas Swami, for Saint Tukaram at Devunagari. We should have one here for Saint Sri Gajan. Though he said so, he was not sure of their intentions. Once during the absence of the saint, he called many dignitaries to attend a meeting to discuss and recommend. The attendees included Bankatlal, Hari Patil, Maruti, Chandraban, and among others Shipatra Vavikar, Tarajan Saukar. Bhaskar said, I am here for 2 months only, not long. I wish a grand memorial for the saint we built at Shega. I will leave this place with great happiness. Please remember that service to a saint never goes a waste. He alone is the one who will fulfill all your desires. The memorial should draw all praise and praise. Bhaskar was happy at their promise to fulfill his desire. Day by day, he felt elated, like a child excited at the thought of a coming festival. On the 13th day of a waning moon in Magh, said Saint Gajanan Maharaj, Bhaskar, for Mahashivratri, let us go to Trambakeshwar. As there on the banks of Godavari river resides Shiva, the Bhavani. The Jyotirling there is pleasing to the eyes. A glimpse of that destroys all wrongdoings. Come, don't delay. Let us go and take a deep salutary. In the holy waters of the sacred Godavari on the Brahmagiri hill near the river grow medicinal herbs that are very rare. Saint Gahininath, who resides there, knows them and the disease is secure. We can get for you some medicament for your anti-rabies treatment. Bhaskar remarked, I don't need any medicines. I am content with your blessings. I was freed of the dog bite poison at Barapur and have to live for just another 2 months. Therefore, please let me stay here. As for me, you are Trambakeshwar. Your feet at Godavari to me where I bathe. I don't need any holy place to visit at this stage. Though this may be true, said the saint graciously, one shouldn't ignore the importance of a holy place. Come, let us get ready to go now. Take us to with us Pitambar and Badavav. They were all there at Trambakeshwar on Shivratri day festival of the year. They took bath at Purushavat reservoir, had a glimpse of God Trambakeshwar. They offered worship at Gautami at Gangarwar, Ma Nilambika, Nivrutti and Gahininath. From here they all came to Nashik to meet Gopaldas, who was sitting at the gate of the temple of Kalaram. This was in Panchavati. In front of it was Pipal tree. Maharaj sat on the platform below with his disciples. Gopalas was happy and said to his people, my brother has come from Vidarbha. He is Gajanan. Go, pay respects to him and offer him coconut and sugar. Put his garland around his neck. Though we are two different bodies, we two are the same. The disciples offered sweets and garlanded the saint, who asked Vaskar to give sweets to all those present. Our work at Panchavati is now over. Let us go to Nashik to meet Dhumar the Lord. Many people came to have a glimpse of the saint. A few days later, back to Shegaon they went. Jam Singh of Adgaon visited Shegaon with a request to Maharaj to visit Adgaon. Maharaj was not well inclined to go. Jam Singh went back and forth to and fro. He back on he came back on Ramnavami after the worship. He said, come with me. At Adgaon we will observe Hanuman Jayanti. Strange things happened during the tour. One afternoon, Saint pushed Bhaskar to the floor. He sat on his chest and pounded him. People were aghast, but no one dared say anything. until Bharagav intervened with a pleading. With all humanity and a voice mellow, he said, "Please let him go. He is being scorched by the hot earth below." Bhaskar said, "Don't object to him. Let him do what he likes. This is not thrashing but just a game. Only those who understand the saint well will be able to comprehend the same." When they returned to their residence, Sri Gajan Maharaj said to Bharagav, "Only 2 days are left for Bhaskar now. On this Panchami day, he has to go. The reason I thrashed him today is that he made me do the same to you one day. To dispel the effect of that action, I beat him. There was no other intention." The festival culminated with the distribution of prasad. When the day of Panchami dawned, Sri Gajan Maharaj said to Bhaskar, "This is your date of departure. Thus now get prepared." To the people he asked to recite Vitthal Narayan, "This brother of you is now going to Vaikuntha. Worship him, offering bukka and flowers." Bhaskar sat facing east in a Padmasana pose, concentrating his eyes on the tip of his nose, surrendering his thoughts to the Almighty. Worship was performed by the devotees. The saint was looking happily at them. Chanting of prayers continued till then. At midday, the saint said aloud, "Har Har," to Vaikuntha with these words when Bhaskar. "Only those who are blessed by the saints go straight to Vaikuntha from this place." Devotees asked the saint about Bhaskar's final resting place. He decided on the site near Dwarkeshwar, where they brought his remains on a palanquin, decorated with banana leaves and flowers. En route, the devotees were singing prayers. When they reached the temple of Dwarkeshwar, all memorial services were performed for Bhaskar. People present grieved at his departure, saying that he was the greatest devotee of the saint ever. From the next day, they started feeding of the poor. The Dwarkeshwar was 1 mile north of Adgaon, situated between Akoli and Arga. Among trees of neem, people, Audumbar and Mandar, food offerings called Sant Bhandara for the people continued for 10 days at Dwarkeshwar temple. They all squatted in the shade of tall tamarind trees to have their share of food offerings. Crows in the wood troubled them to a great extent by crowing, picking morsels, and dropping waste. Annoyed by the nuisance, they called the bills to shoot at them while the people ate. When he saw this, the Maharaj said, "Mind you, don't shoot the crows. They are here to offer to share the offerings with people like you. Bhaskar's soul is in heaven, he is not in the queue. Normally, souls of the dead hover in the sky for 10 days. On the 11th day, a ball of rice is offered to the crows. When crows touch it to heaven, the soul goes. For Bhaskar, this process was not required, of course. That's why the crows were angry. Bhaskar's soul has reached heavens already. He has attained detachment while on this planet, and thus needed no such offering for him to attain liberation. Such things are required for those entangled in desires and are not favored for direct ascent to the heavenly sphere. Crows want to convey by showing their rage that they be given their share as in other cases. "Please don't shoot, I'll handle them." Thus saying, the saint turned to the crows, "Don't come to this place from tomorrow, as this may lower the prestige of Bhaskar's soul. Eat today whatever you like to your heart's content, and don't come back from tomorrow ever again." Devotees were amazed to hear this extreme. Non-believers thought it as sheer nonsense. How can birds obey orders of human beings? They asked each other that evening. Next day, deliberately, they went to the place to gauge the effect of what the saint had said. Not a single crow was spotted at the scene. It was a great surprise to the skeptic people. They surrendered to Maharaj then and there. No crow visited the place for the next 12 years. The saint returned to Shega after 14 days with the remaining disciple in his entourage until it was time for a drought. Wells were being dug all across. At one side, it went well until 10 feet downwards. They struck a black rock which stopped the work. 4 holes were made in the rock for dynamite and fastening ends of the ropes instead. Gunpowder was packed in those openings with proper placement of ends of the strings. Through them were passed small burning pipes to slide down and ignite the stuffed dynamite. Somehow the pipes got stuck in knots in between. They did not slide down further. Water was about to soak the gunpowder, making it ineffective to explode under. Someone was required to go and press the pipes down to save the technical snap. No one was ready to take such a risk. The contractor asked Ganu Javare to go down quick. His utter poverty made him obey the authority. It is only a sheep which is killed before a deity. Ganu had great faith in Sri Gajanan. Remembering the saint in his heart, he went down. He pulled the obstructed pipe, which slid down and touched the gunpowder before he could pull another. At the first explosion, Ganu was trapped in the well. He prayed to the saint to save him from the hell. The entire well got filled with smoke. Ganu caught hold of the rock below, behind which there was a cavern to hide. Remaining three dynamites exploded one after the other, throwing stones out scattered everywhere. People thought that Ganu was shattered to pieces. The contractor asked that his body be searched in the debris. Ganu heard him and shouted from inside the well, "Oh, Mr. Ganu is not dead. He is alive and well. By the grace of Sri Gajanan, he is safe in a cave. A big rock is obstructing his safe escape." People rejoiced hearing Ganu's voice and went down to clear the space. Ganu came up and bowed down to Maharaj for his kind grace. Maharaj smiled and said, "A big stone which obstructed you saved you. Don't repeat such feats again. Don't touch an ignited pipe. You are here by God's grace." When people came to see Ganus, he said, "Oh Maharaj, it was you holding my hand when the dynamite exploded, putting me safe in the cavern and saving me from the jaws of death. I am here by your kind grace." Such was the greatness of Maharaj, which I have no words to express. Let these victories bring happiness to the devotees.